It's like the most satisfying thing you never knew you wanted in a lip product. Thick whipped mousse, so there you go. Purple, it's more purpley. Absolutely love this shade. This is a great lip product. I don't know the technicality of this shade. That's quite a claim, 24 hours. I mean, it also doesn't look completely awful. Remember after that trip that I was like, okay, this sealed the deal. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie. Today I'm sharing with you some of my favorite things ever, bright, bold lip colors for summer. Now I did this for fall and I did this for spring. I feel like summer's not over yet. It's still middle of summer, but I realized I haven't done this for summer yet, and this is by far my favorite selection of lipsticks. So I've got 10 different ones to show you. Truth be told, I could do a whole video with like my 20 favorite orange reds, but I do love more than just oranges and poppy reds. So I am showing you a little bit of variety, but definitely bold, fun summer colors. Let's get into the colors. Okay, so this first shade, I'm starting off a little bit lighter and we'll be working our way up to some of the boldest. But this first one is Revlon HD in Pink Cloud, color 720. The reason that I've been liking this color for summer is that I've really gotten into wearing different eyeshadow colors recently, particularly kind of oranges and pinkier shades, peachy shades, even yellow. And whenever I wear a unique eyeshadow color like that, I feel like I can't also wear a bright, bold, unique lip color. I sort of needed to like pick one or the other. And so this has been such a great neutral that's not a total nude. It's a pinky shade, but really light, still a hint of fun color that lends itself nicely to wearing other colors on your eyes. I've also talked before about how I love the Maybelline Baby Lips, this color burst crayon in the shade Blush Burst. I still love this one. I would say that this is more of a nude shade. I hesitate to say nude because nude is different to every person and every skin tone. But for me, this is a great true nude. And if I want to keep it a little bit more pinky and I feel a little bit more summery, this is a great pinker version of that. Okay, so for the next one, we're bumping the color up just a little bit. So this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine in 918 Polished Tango. Now what I like about this lipstick is that it's sort of sheer but bright, so I can still see my lips through it. You can build it up a little bit, and it's super hydrating and super shiny. It feels great on the lips. I actually ran into an old coworker slash friend of mine at like a 90s night, and she ran up to me and was like, have you seen this? You have to try this. And the funny thing I love about doing YouTube is that I'll run into random people at random places and they're like, have you heard about this thing? And I'm like, no, I haven't, but I need to know. So Molly, I don't know if you'll see this, but you're the inspiration behind this purchase. I don't know if this is the color that she has. It's definitely a more approachable, wearable bold because like I said, it is sheer. You can still see your lips through it. Now I will say that I did pick this up in a red color. I don't have it in front of me right now, so I don't know what the shade is, but I didn't really like that one, basically because this is really shiny and sort of slippery in a way, and I just didn't like, it just felt a little too intense, and maybe that one was a little bit more of a blue undertoned red. I don't like blue reds. They're the one shade of lipstick, and browns, that I feel like I cannot wear. So this one is great. I highly recommend it, and they have a lot of other like lighter shades too that I definitely am looking forward to picking up at some point. Okay, this next one, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen me haul this in my stories as like a first impressions. It's from NYX, and it is the Powder Puff Lippie in the shade Puppy Love. Now, I was so curious about this because I feel like I've seen a trend of powder lipsticks recently. I think Chanel has one, but it's actually like in a proper compact. I was curious about what this was because it was in a tube. Now, when I first applied it, I was confused because it feels like a thick whipped mousse on your lips, but it sort of does dry down really light and powdery. It's matte, but it's creamy and not drying. It's really sort of a unique formula, I would say. If you squeeze too much in the little applicator, it's almost like it has nowhere to go because it's just so thick and like whippy that it gets a little strange. So make sure that you don't apply too much of this. If you saw me when I did this on Insta Stories, I actually applied a little bit to my eyes and to my cheeks. I like the way this feels. I'm wondering if it's, yeah, it comes off. I wonder if I could put a little bit on my eyes. I feel like I need a little bit of color up here. Oh, that's pretty. Well, that's really pretty. I love a monochromatic look, so let's just like own it.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that a lot. This was Puppy Love.
And it was just a really pretty, like, monochromatic look on the face, which I really liked. I just like this shade. I think that this is a really pretty bright coral that's not too bright. It's more wearable for every day, and I just really like the color. The formula is definitely unique. However, this isn't gonna last on your lips very long at all. I feel like, oddly, that L'Oreal Color Riche Shine probably would last longer. This, if you take a drink of something, it's gonna be all over your cup. If you eat, this is coming off like all the way. You're gonna look in the mirror and it'll look like you never even had anything on. And I think that's just because it's so like creamy and rich that it just like comes right off. So definitely not one to wear if you want a long wear lip color, but I just like the color and I think the formula is really fun and different and it's affordable. So I've been enjoying this one recently. Okay, this next one is sort of newer to me and this brand is newer as well. I think you pronounce this Kokie Professional, but I'm also not 100% sure. This is in the color 73, which is Rebellious. I found this recently at Walmart. My friend Matilda, hopefully you saw the video of Matilda and I doing an Australian-US product exchange. But when we got together, we went to Walmart looking for some different beauty products. And I'd never seen this brand before. And for sure, the packaging drew me in all the way. This is like such cute packaging. There's a little rhino right there. I really love the packaging, the look of it. But also when you click this up and down, it's like the most satisfying thing you never knew you wanted in a lip product. I think this was only like $5 or $6, super affordable. But I just really love the darn packaging, but I also love the product. And I have this in another color as well. Oh yeah, I've got this one. It is an orange red, but I've got other oranges that I'm gonna show you. This is Firecracker, which is really dirty on the underside, but I really like this one too. This is the one that I actually used in my IGTV, I think. It was this one, yeah, that I used in my IGTV that I sort of blotted it on instead of full on applying it, and it just creates a pretty wash of like a poppy red. So really like that. But this is just a fun, playful, unique color. It's a blue-based purple. I mean, aren't all purples blue-based? I don't know the technicality of this shade, and I don't even know that I should have worn this shirt right now to show you all these colors because I would not wear this purple and this gingham, but I mean, it also doesn't look completely awful. But this is just a fun color, something different, but yet wearable. For being a purple, I feel like it's a wearable purple, and I like it. I like the formula too. These are matte, they're comfortable, they're not a super drying matte, and they do hang around for a little bit. I mean, a lot of it will wear off if you eat and whatnot, and it does kiss off a little bit, but ultimately I'm really happy with these two lip products that I got, and I'd like to try more. And I don't know anything about this brand, so seems like I need to do a YouTube search for Kokie Professional and see what they've got, but really like that one a lot. Okay, this next one is from Flower Beauty, which is Drew Barrymore's line. This is actually what Matilda and I went to Walmart for, was to look at the Flower Beauty products. Oddly though, I found this at Ulta because Ulta started carrying a few select flower things recently, and this was one of them. So this is the Petal Pout Lip Liner in Violet. Now this is a really matte, a little bit drying formula, so you're gonna have to work it on a little bit. Since this is a lip liner, you could wear this with a gloss or a balm over top of it. But I like wearing lip liners on their own sometimes. It's definitely darker than the last purple that I showed you. This is just more of a vibrant purple. It's more purpley. I love that it's this retractable style where it's just sort of creamy and it's retractable and you don't have to sharpen it. After trying this one, I'm curious to try more shades of this because I've mentioned before that I also really love the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liners, which are also a similar like no sharpen, just twist up option. These ones though are so creamy, which is good because they go on really super easy and they're really easy to wear alone, but they break off all the time. So these are so creamy that they snap off and it drives me nuts. I really like this one and the color is just really so fun. Okay, this next one is from Milani and it is color 64 Matte Orchid. I actually have a couple of their matte shades. Matte Passion is actually a really beautiful red orange. This Matte Orchid is a really fun fuchsia meets purple shade. I'm so impressed with these Milani matte shades because they're a creamier matte and they're not super drying at all. The color actually lasts quite a while on. I can remember I wore this lipstick last summer on a trip with girlfriends to Charleston, and I was wearing a bright yellow dress with it. And I remember I was so surprised how long this lasted, because we were there on like a food tour and we were eating and drinking a ton, and this lasted a really long time. And I just remember after that trip that I was like, okay, this sealed the deal. This is such a fun, bright color, especially paired with that yellow, which I feel like is a little unexpected. It's a comfortable, great formula. And like I said, that matte passion is a really good one too. Okay, I also want to tell you that when I was pulling out all of my favorite bright shades, I pulled out this color, which is UYU. I love these lip crayons from NARS so much. They're one of my favorite lip formulas. This one is a satin lip pencil. I happen to love their matte versions, but this one is satin. When I was swatching these two together, they're basically the same exact shade, with the main difference being that this is matte and that this is satin. Well, actually, I should say the main difference is the price point. I think this one is like $24 or $26 high end, where this is like $6 at the drugstore perhaps. So I'm gonna tell you this one right here, which I'm wearing on my lips, but I just want you to see these two next to each other. This is a really sloppy swatch. So this one might be a little bit more pinky, where this is more orchidy and purple. But really when they're on your lips, they look almost identical. And you can see that this one is satin, the way that it's sort of shining a little bit, and that the top is matte. You could totally get this color in this, but also this is basically the same thing. So there you go. Okay, so we've reached the orange/coral portion of this video, which are my favorite. So this first one is from Neutrogena, and it's the Hydro Boost in the color 65 Bright Poppy. Now, this is certainly the more wearable of the oranges that I'm going to show you, and mainly because this one is a little bit sheer, and you saw I didn't even need a mirror to apply it. I just looked in the viewfinder. But this is one you can sort of build the color up a little bit. So this says that there's hyaluronic acid in it, and that your lips look and feel hydrated for 24 hours. That's quite a claim, 24 hours, so I'm not sure about that, but I will say that this is such, I mean, it's essentially like a lip gloss is what this feels like, even though it's more pigmented than that, but it does feel incredible. It's obviously very shiny because it's a gloss. It's definitely hydrating, and it's not at all like a tacky, sticky lip formula. This is such a great lip formula. I love it so much, in fact, that I bought a light pink version of this. This is in shade 40 Pink Sorbet. Not a lot of pigment here. This one, though, I'll pair with like a lip liner underneath it sometimes, so this has been fun. But I just really like this one. This one has actually been in my handbag recently, which, you know, that's sort of like this is a great lip product when it's in your handbag. I don't own a lot of things from Neutrogena. I don't think I talk about their products at all here, but this gets high marks from me. I love this formula a lot. Okay, this next one is a little bit newer to me, but it's because so many of you have told me that I needed to try this, and it's the Revlon Kiss Cushion Lip Tint in the color 250 High-End Coral. That's quite a name, High-End Coral, not cheap coral, high-end, guys, high. So like I said, this is a little bit newer to me, and so I can't really speak for the formula and how it lasts. But I love the packaging. I love that this is one of those little like twist up things where the product just comes out of there. Sort of similar in concept to that NYX Lippie, but this one isn't like a powder finish, and I don't think it's matte. It's not matte, is it? I mean, no, it's got a sheen to it. This is a real true coral shade, so like a bright punchy peach in a way, and I like the formula. It's comfortable. I like the applicator. I have this in a couple other colors that I've bought before I bought this one, and I have to say I don't love these ones as much. This one is $220 and this one is $240. This one I might appreciate come fall a little bit more because it's more of like a berry shade, but in the summer I want peaches and oranges and brights. So this one fits that bill, and I like this one a lot. This one is a longtime favorite. It is from Revlon, and it is the Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in the shade 40 Rendezvous. Now, if the label being totally worn off of the product is any indication of how loved it is, this one wins. I feel like I've talked about this before, and I'm not sure if this was included in my spring lip favorites. It might have been. It might have been in both of these videos. And the reason is because I love it that much and I wear it that much, especially when it's warm out. And this matches a bright orange J. Crew bathing suit that I have, so I tend to wear this a lot. This leans more on the orange side of coral, but it's such a fun color. I love that it's like a twist up crayon. That's probably my favorite style of product. And I love that it has like a mint smell to it, like a little bit of peppermintish, which just feels like it gives a little bit of a tingle to your lips, and it just seems refreshing. And yeah, I love this one. It's an all-time favorite of mine, and it gets worn a lot during this time of year. And the final one is a newer favorite that you've also heard me talk about, and it is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Color in the shade Sunset. If you want to see how long this lasts and see it worn throughout the day, I did a high-end wear test on a few different lipsticks a couple months ago, and this was one of them. I believe this didn't last as long as it sort of claims to last, because this is sort of a long wear lipstick, but it lasted a few hours. So I would say you could get like 4 good hours out of this. It does, I hesitate to say stain, because I don't really feel like it stains. That last one, that from Revlon, will stain. This is a creamy, sort of a demi-matte. It's not fully matte, but I wouldn't say that it's shiny. This is meant to be really comfortable and look lived in on the lips. So it's meant to go on super pigmented, but look like it's been like almost a worn-in lip color, but also be really hydrating, because there's a lot of vitamins, and I think vitamin E and some shea butter and different things in this. And so it is really comfortable on the lips. It feels fantastic. It's creamy and just such a great formula. And I think I have maybe 3 colors. There's a lot of great berry colors that I would love to try once fall rolls around, like some cranberry shades and whatnot. But this one for summer is the standout to me. I absolutely love this shade. But yeah, that's it. That's the final one. I thought I had a couple other like really bright orange ones to show you. I mean, as if this isn't bright enough. But no, these are the ones that I am really wearing, that I have on repeat. A lot of these you've probably heard me talk about before, and that's because I truly love these and I truly wear them all the time. That's it. Those are the shades that I've been loving and wearing for summer, and will continue to love for at least another month or so. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in another video real soon. Bye.